to Nigeria of one, Nnamdi Kanu. I want to address this allegation by denying that Kenya was involved in the alleged arrest in Kenya and extradition to Nigeria of Mr. Kanu. And I repeat, I want to address this allegation by denying that Kenya was involved in the alleged arrest in Kenya and extradition to Nigeria of Mr. Kanu. To us, therefore, these allegations are fictional, imaginary, and deliberately concocted to fuel antagonistic feelings amongst certain sections of the Nigerian people against the Kenyan people. And indeed, many countries have been accused. Rwanda, Czech Republic, Britain, Ethiopia, and God knows which other countries. I want to challenge anyone with the facts relating to this alleged arrest in Kenya to present these facts. This will include when, how, and who was particularly involved in the alleged arrest. And in any case, I believe we are all Nigerians. Nigeria is a sovereign country. It's your country. Instead of facing the Kenyan High Commission to Nigeria to ask some of these questions, you should face your own government. The government of Nigeria knows how they arrested, maybe in Nigeria, and took Kanu to court. They have the answers, not me. We are also disturbed, dismayed, and astonished by the unfortunate statement on this alleged arrest in Kenya, which was carried in the Nation newspaper today. The government of Kenya is particularly appalled by these spurious, derogatory, and libelous mention of the name of our dear president in this matter, as has been reported in the Nation, dated 2nd July 2021. It's unfortunate.
A lot has happened to the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, in the last 6 months. He is currently being incarcerated by the Nigerian government on allegations of treason and terrorism. The federal government is also holding him in detention at the Department of State Services, Abuja.
As you are aware, Nnamdi Kanu, the self-acclaimed leader of Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, has been at the center of a subversive campaign against the Nigerian state. Consequently, Nnamdi Kanu was arrested on the 14th day of October 2015. He was charged to court for treasonable felony, among other crimes. He was granted bail by the Federal High Court Abuja on the 25th day of April 2017, which bail he eventually jumped and fled abroad. While in self-exile, Nnamdi Kanu intensified a subversive campaign using online Radio Biafra to instigate violence and incite members of the IPOB to commit violent attacks against civil and democratic institutions, particularly the security personnel, Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and civilians.
On June 29, 2021, a report emerged about the arrest of the IPOB leader from a foreign land. Abubakar Malami, Attorney General of the Federation, would later confirm the news at a media conference in Abuja. Abubakar said Kanu was arrested through collaborative efforts. He said Kanu was actually arrested on June 27 but was taken to court on the 29th. The minister did not go into details of the operation that led to the arrest of the IPOB leader, but revealed that Nigerian intelligence and foreign security services worked together.
Conversely, there are some friendly countries which, recognizing the state of IPOB as a terrorist organization, have either banned the activities of IPOB or placed Kanu on stop list. To these peace-loving countries that have put Kanu on their stop list and banned IPOB from operating in their territories, we express our appreciation as a nation.
According to him, the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has been arrested through the collaborative efforts of Nigerian intelligence and security services. He has been brought back to Nigeria to continue facing trial after disappearing while on bail on the 11-count charges against him.
Nnamdi has indeed been arraigned and charged before a court of law. What we are doing here today is a public interest aspect of it. Nigerians are entitled to know the factual situation as it relates to associated charges filed before the court of law. So whether the presumption of innocence, as you raised by your question, is never affected, taking into consideration the responsibility and a function of indictment, conviction, and sentence is purely judicial function, and the matter has been taken to court.
Just after the Attorney General confirmed the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu, the federal government arraigned the IPOB leader before Justice Binta Yako of the Federal High Court. Without observers in court, Justice Nyako ordered the detention of Kanu until July 26 for the continuation of trial. The remand order was sequel to an application by a federal government lawyer, Shuaibu Labaran, but on July 26, the DSS failed to produce Kanu in court, an action that led to the adjournment of the matter to October.
I've not seen such travesty. I've not seen travesty of justice. We are just told. We are told that the court invited our client and the DPP and the prosecutor to have a discussion with them, even when we are not there. Just like what happened on 26th of July, on 26th of June 2021, when he was taken to court without reference to us, and he was tried on that day without us being in court. So the same thing repeated itself today, and it's unfortunately we are within the courtroom. We are just outside the court door, and we are locked outside. I've not seen such thing in my life, and there's no order from the court, substitute order in court, stating that this trial will be called out in secret. No such order has been given. This is the height of privacy of justice. So today, and also the court, the last adjourned date, the court reviewed the guideline of persons who are visiting him. That guideline contained an order of court and was served on the DSS. That order was flattered by the DSS with impunity. And on the basis of that disobedience to that court order, we filed from 48 against the DSS to commit him to contempt. That application is going to come out today for hearing too, because we want to find the court. The court has a duty to protect the sanctity of his order. So we are in court today to also inform the court that the order he made and served on the DSS was flattered with impunity. It can't continue that manner. So today, we are not even allowed to come inside the court to address the court on this point. So what you are saying as legal team, there's a clear case of denial of fair hearing as concerns the 30s of the Constitution. So we're going back home to strategize and take a further decision as to whether we can continue in this court or elsewhere. Because what you know is that this matter must be heard, and must heard what? Expeditiously. Must heard expeditiously. If the court is not willing, disposed to hear this case, he will excuse himself voluntarily from continue with this hearing of this case. That's what I can have to say.
Yes, what I want to say is it's very clear this was the 5th time I had come from the United States as Nnamdi Kanu's international lawyer to try to meet and see him, where I was denied 5 times. It was very clear today that I was the one that caused them to lock everybody out of the courtroom. They did not want me in the courtroom. I'm here not to create an irritant. There are huge international law issues raised by the charges against Nnamdi Kanu, including the kidnapping, extraordinary rendition, punishing him without any trial or hearing, denying him access to his lawyers. These are all violations not only of the Nigerian constitution, but international covenants to which Nigeria is a signatory.
In this matter, the judge has established the fact that he is biased in this matter. He has been trying to try Nnamdi Kanu secretly in this matter, and we said no. You cannot try Nnamdi Kanu secretly. You told the entire world that he committed an offense. You should try him openly, where the media will cover the entire process. On the last adjourned date, she refused the media access to inside the court. Now, on the 29th of June, Nnamdi Kanu was smuggled into this country, and they brought inside her court, and she allowed Nnamdi Kanu to speak from the dock.
As the October date drew close, the federal government filed amended charges bordering on terrorism on Nnamdi Kanu. The amended charges are: Count 1. That you, Nnamdi Kanu, male, adult of Afaruku Ibeuku Umahia North Local Government Area of Abia State, being the leader of IPOB on various dates in 2014 and 2015 in London, United Kingdom, did broadcast on Radio Biafra, monitored in Enugu and other areas within the jurisdiction of this honorable court. Preparations made by you and others now at large for states in the southeast and south-south and other communities in Kogi and Benue states to secede the Federal Republic of Nigeria with a view to constituting same into the Republic of Biafra, and you thereby committed an offense punishable under Section 41 subsection C of the Criminal Code Act, Cap C77, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004. Count 2. That you, Kanu, on or about April 28, 2015 in London, did broadcast on Radio Biafra, referred to Major General Muhammad Buhari, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as a pedophile, a terrorist, an idiot, and an embodiment of evil, knowing same to be false, and you thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 375 of the Criminal Code Act, Cap C77, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004. Count 3. That you, Kanu, had between March and April 2015 imported and kept in Obulusiuzo, Ihiala local government area of Anambra State, a radio transmitter known as Tram 50L concealed in a container of a used household, which you declared as a household item, and you thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 47 subsection 2 of the Criminal Code Act, Cap C45, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004. Count 4. That you, Kanu, had between 2018 and 2021 in Radio Biafra, monitored in Enugu and the FCT, professed to be a member of IPOB, a proscribed organization in Nigeria, and you thereby committed an offense punishable under Section 16, Terrorism Prevention Amendment Act, 2013. As the prosecution of the IPOB leaders stirred emotions in the region, Southeast governors and Igbo leaders announced their readiness to dialogue with the federal government on the plethora of changes facing Nigeria and the Igbo nation in particular. Ohaneze, in a statement by its spokesman, Chiedozie Ogbonnaya, said, "It is extremely difficult to have peace amidst injustice. We need not look elsewhere to know that IPOB is simply an exponent of Igbo collective sentiment and predicaments in our tortuous journey and an unquantifiable sacrifice for one Nigeria." The Southeast caucus of the National Assembly also resolved to intervene in the issue and the detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The decision was contained in the communique issued by the lawmakers after an extraordinary session which held at the residence of the former Deputy President of the Senate and leader of the caucus, Senator Ike Ekweremadu.
Rising from the meeting, the caucus 1 expressed solidarity with our people of the Southeast over the marginalization of the region in the scheme of things within the Nigerian Commonwealth. The caucus feels the pains of our people and their quest for equity, justice, and protection of their lives and properties in every part of the country. The caucus therefore resolved to continue to fight for a level playing ground and an enabling federal system where Ndi Igbo are able to develop their homeland at their own pace and equally pursue their happiness and actualize their enormous potentials in every part of the country unmolested. 2, review the sit-at-home orders by the IPOB and the mayhem some nefarious elements have seized the opportunity to visit on the lives, properties, and psyche of our people. Elaborately discussed the issue of Nnamdi Kanu and resolved to intervene. To this end, we resolved to set up a committee to constructively interface with relevant stakeholders, the federal government and its relevant agencies, towards finding a political solution. We will keep Ndi Igbo abreast of developments in this regard. 8, we appeal to our people not to allow anyone to destroy the Southeast region. The post-war Southeast was not built through government patronage, but largely by the shared determination and sacrifices of our people, who refused to resign to fate or bow their heads in defeat.
Also in September, some Igbo leaders on the platform of highly respected Igbo greats, led by First Republic parliamentarian and Minister of Aviation, Chief Mbazulike Amechi, met President Buhari at the presidential villa, Abuja. The 90-year-old former minister in his address described the situation in the southeast as painful and pathetic. He pleaded for a political rather than military solution, requesting that if Kanu was released to him as the only First Republic minister still alive, he would no longer say the things he had been saying. He stressed that he could control him, in quote, "not because I have anything to do with them, but I am highly respected in Igbo land today." End of quote. Part of the delegations that visited the president were a former governor of Anambra State, His Excellency Chukwuemeka Ezife, Bishop Sunday Onuoha of the Methodist Church, Chief Barrister Godi Wazurike. After listening to the plea of the Igbo elders, President Muhammadu Buhari promised to consider demand for the unconditional release of the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. President Buhari, in a statement issued by the Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, said, though the demand was heavy, he would consider it. He said, "You have made an extremely difficult demand on me as a leader of this country. The implications of your request is very serious. In this last 6 years, since I became president, nobody would say I have confronted or interfered in the work of the judiciary." Stressing his policy of non-interference with the judiciary, President Buhari said, "When Kanu jumped bail, got arrested and brought back to the country, I said the best thing was to subject him to the system. Let him make his case in court instead of giving very negative impressions of the country from outside. I feel it's even a favor to give him that opportunity."